Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, the Hut. But before we get into James McCann again, and talk about where he could possibly get traded to, I have a new channel called the Sports Hut. Right now I got 2 videos on, and a little short on there, and I don't know where I'm going to take it. I don't know if it's going to be baseball, football, might be a couple of different sports, but please go in and subscribe. I'll put the link in the description. Want to get to 50 subs pretty quickly. It's moving along. But James McCann really, the Mets don't, I don't think the Mets want him here anymore. He has shown that he's one of the worst players in baseball. Not to be mean, but he stinks. He's terrible. He can't hit. His defense is very, very overrated in my view. Always pass balls, always balls in the dirt that he can't handle that get past him. He's got a great arm, but beyond that, and he's okay calling a game, but beyond those 2 things, everything else about him is terrible. He can't hit. He's a backup catcher. It was a big mistake on the Mets' part to sign him to that deal. Looking back on it, they probably would have been better off signing JT Realmuto, obviously. But seeing as how they have Francisco Alvarez, that he's getting close to being ready. He's played a little bit in the majors this past season. The best thing the Mets should do is to move on from James McCann. He hit 195. He had all kinds of injuries this past year. He was hurt in the first year, too, of the contract. He's not an everyday player. He's never really proven that he's been an everyday player, either with the Tigers or with the Chicago White Sox. But I saw a trade proposal on the Bleacher Report. And I thought, this is not a bad idea. Obviously, the Mets owe James McCann $24 million. They're going to have to take back a bad contract in return for McCann. So they posted this idea, which I don't think is a bad idea. Would be James McCann going to the Diamondbacks for Madison Bumgarner. You know Madison Bumgarner, the crazy lefty from used to pitch for the Giants. He's a big-time pitcher, was World Series MVP, one of the big all-time World Series performers in the last 30 years. From a starting pitching point of view. We know this guy is a great postseason player. We saw him kill the Mets in 2016 when he outpitched Noah Syndergaard. So if there is a guy that you could take back the money, get a bad contract for another bad contract, what this does is it puts a guy in this rotation that maybe you put him on a better team, his performance gets better. He's been on a bad team for a few years. Now he's had to deal with injuries. He's done some stupid things to get himself injured. But this guy knows how to win. And he's got $37 million left on his contract for 2023, which is $23 million, and $14 for 2024. McCann has $24 million. So you take him back an additional $13. Maybe you ask the Diamondbacks to split the difference on it. Maybe you take $5 to $7 million off the contract. Maybe you throw in an additional player. The Bleacher Report mentioned a pitcher named Connor Graham. I don't know who he is, or Connor Grahams or whatever. But essentially, it's one bad salary for another bad salary, which is kind of what the Mets are going to need to look for, is find a bad salary. Now, he will pitch every day, every 5 days. Like I said, the biggest thing is he might be one of these players that needs to be in a competitive situation. That he's not the kind of guy temperamentally can handle being on a bad team. And that might be the perfect move for the Mets. They're not going to bring back Carrasco. I doubt they'll do that. Taijuan Walker's probably going to walk. He's probably going to not up his option. He pitched pretty good. He'll probably be looking for more years on a contract. It seems like the Mets don't seem to want to have him here after this past season. I get the idea they want to move on. They need somebody to fill in the middle of the rotation. They don't have a lefty, a veteran lefty in the middle of that rotation. They know it's going to start. He'll be a number 5 starter on this team, 4th number 5 starter. But you'll know that if you put him in a big spot, there's a possibility he'll perform. So he is not one of these guys you don't know what you're going to get. But you need to get him out of a bad situation. That's a bad situation for a guy as competitive as he is to be in. But at the same time, you get rid of James McCann. You could play Alvarez now, and play Nito some more, and that's it. But let me know what you think about it. This was not my idea. This is the Bleacher Report idea. I'll put the link into this video, and just let me know the comments in the comments section. I'll read them, and I'll write to people, and we'll have a follow-up. There's going to be a lot of stuff on James McCann this offseason. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.